Women have been conditioned by society to be, act, and think a certain way. Here at Girls IRL, we encourage women to challenge societal norms and embrace their femininity. With that being said, let's get into this week's episode.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to another episode of the Girls in Real Life podcast. I am your host, Mariah Clayton, and it is officially November, baby. It's a new month. I absolutely love when new months come around because I feel like it is just your chance to kind of start over and kind of get a redo, a reset of everything that's going on, right? But I honestly, and I say this every single month, but I honestly cannot believe that we're in November and the New Year's right around the corner. Like, it is literally right there, you guys. Like, I could stick my tongue out and touch it if I wanted to. It's absolutely ridiculous how much time has flown by. And I honestly feel like since becoming a mom, time just goes by so much faster. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like if you're a parent, then you just kind of know. Like, time just is a whole different thing when you're a parent. But anyways, I hope you guys had a happy and safe Halloween. We were the Incredibles. I didn't post anything on like my feed of Instagram, but I did post our costumes to our story and to my TikTok, if you follow me on TikTok. So you guys saw we were Mr. Incredible, I was about to say Miss Elastigirl, and Baby Jack, which was Ace, and we looked so cute. It was absolutely adorable. We went trick-or-treating, only for like a few minutes though, because one, it was really cold, and then two, Ace just was not having it. And obviously he can't really participate in anything that's like going on, so we just kind of walked around with his nieces and nephews, and once Ace told us it was time to go, baby, it was time to go, okay? But we had a fun time, and I'm recording this on November 1st, so like the day I'm recording this is actually the first day of November, but by the time you guys are hearing this, it's obviously past that. But November 1st, and we are going to be talking about the holidays today because it is officially holiday season, and I love how we as a society have just kind of collectively decided that as soon as November hits, it's Christmas. Like it's the holidays. It's just what we decided to do. And I also love how Mariah Carey every single year, like it never fails, she just posts her it's time. I can't even do it. But she posts her little like video about like entering Christmas time, which I think is so funny because she is literally the queen of Christmas. Like, I love how we have just deemed her the queen of Christmas every single year. But yes, today we are going to be talking about like managing stress during the holiday season, preparing for the holidays, because it can be a lot, it can be overwhelming, and the holidays are a very, very stressful time for a lot of people for a lot of different reasons, which we're going to get into. But before we dive into that, of course, little life updates. What do I have for y'all today? My sister's birthday is tomorrow, my younger sister, so she's my sister that's right under me. For those of you who don't know, I have seven siblings, and we're just a big happy family. So my sister turns, how old is she turning? Is she turning 25? No, I think she might be turning 26 because I'm 27 and I'm about to be turning 28. So I think she's turning 26. Like, she's right behind me. Oh my gosh, that's so crazy. It's so weird when you have younger siblings and they just like grow up and you're just, it's so confused. Like, where did the time go? Like, how did you get here? What is happening? But yeah, her birthday is tomorrow, so I'm sure we're gonna do something to kind of celebrate that. Tomorrow, me and Justin are also going, I say tomorrow, November 2nd, because it's not tomorrow for y'all, but it's tomorrow for me right now. But November 2nd is my sister's birthday. And then also November 2nd, Justin wants to go to this football game. It's actually my old high school and then another local high school in the area. And apparently, whenever I graduated, our high school football team got really good, and we have like multiple state championships and whatnot, and people going to play in the freaking NFL. Like, it's just so weird because when I was in school, they weren't really that amazing. But I haven't been back to a high school football game in I don't even know how long. But apparently we are one of the only undefeated teams in the state or in the district. I don't remember. I'm probably being dramatic if I say the state. I'm just going to say the district. We're undefeated in the district, and we're playing against this really big like high school or whatever. So anyways, Justin wants to go, so that's what we're gonna do tomorrow as well. And I'm skipping over tonight. I am going to the Zara store opening. I don't know if I ever told you guys about that, but we're getting a Zara store in Baton Rouge, like in the Mall of Louisiana, which is so nice because the closest one that we had was the one in frickin' Metairie, which is like an hour away. And it was always so annoying having to go shop in the malls out there because our mall literally sucks. But somehow, some way, I got invited to the opening of the store, which they actually technically open tomorrow, November 2nd, but today they're doing like, I guess, a little pre-store opening for a couple of influencers and people around the city. So one, I'm really excited to see like who else got invited, but two, I'm ready to shop till I drop. Okay, we get 20% off, and then I also have an affiliate link with Zara now. So any of the pieces that I shop that you guys want to get, you can. I don't think you can get a discount, but if you shop through my link, obviously that helps your girl out and I get some money. So if you want to help support baby Ace and this family, you might want to shop through my Zara link, okay? No, I'm just kidding. But it'll be in the link in my bio in my Instagram, and I'll link like all the stuff that I find because I am prepared to buy a lot of things because I got rid of so much stuff in my closet and I feel like I just don't have any clothes. So now I'm just on the hunt for some good like staple things that I can keep in my closet and wear. So I'm super excited to go shopping tonight. What else is going on? Saturday is obviously more football. LSU plays Alabama, so we're gonna be cooking steaks and baked potatoes at the house. We're also going to Topgolf on Saturday, like during the day, which will be fun with a few of our friends. And yeah, I think that's pretty much the whole like rest of the week for me and all the little life updates that I can squeeze in. So we're gonna go ahead and just get started with this episode. Like I said, we're talking about managing stress and preparing for the holidays. I think it is super important to proactively plan when it comes to the holidays so that you eliminate on the amount of stress. But if you guys have listened to previous episodes of mine before, then you know that I am a procrastinator. Like to my core, I get it from my daddy. I'm a procrastinator. Like it's just my nature. And I always wait till the last minute to get stuff done. But as of last year, or maybe even the past 2 years, I have been very conscious about trying to be prepared for the holiday season and making sure that I'm not getting gifts last minute, that I'm not like running to the store last minute, because that just adds to the stress and anxiety of the holiday season. And I don't want that to be me, and I definitely don't want that to be you. So we're gonna talk about a bunch of different topics today, like dealing with the stress, where is the stress coming from, how to plan, how to prep, how to prioritize self-care, dealing with loss during the holidays, seasonal depression. We're gonna talk about it all in today's podcast episode, and we're gonna just jumble it all up into one. So the first thing we're gonna talk about is the stress of the holiday season, and like, where does this stress actually come from? Why are we so stressed out during the holiday season? Because it's clinically proven. Like, I was doing research on this, and there are so many studies about how people have heightened anxiety and stress during the holiday season, and it's because of these things, and I'm about to list out to you. So these are the most common sources of stress during the holidays. The first one is gift giving, which I think obviously everybody can relate to. You're stressed out about what to get the people that you love. You're stressed out about like if they're gonna like their gift, if you think the gift is expensive enough, if it's too cheap. Like, I don't like, there's just so much anxiety around gift giving as a whole, because it is you trying to give something to someone that you believe that they're going to like and love and appreciate. And I know we say like it's not the gift that matters, it's the thought that counts. Doesn't matter how much money it costs, like whatever the case may be. But let's be real, nobody likes to get a bad gift. And because we know that, we have this heightened anxiety around gift giving and deciding what to get and all of that stuff, right? So that's the first common source of stress during the holidays. The second one is going to be social obligations. During the holiday season, the social meter rises to like the extreme top that it can get to. Like, the amount of social outings and parties and get-togethers that are during the holiday season, it's a lot. And if you are somebody who is especially an introvert and you don't really like to interact with a lot of people, you're not full of like, you don't get your energy from being social, you get your energy from like being inside your house, then obviously this time can be really, really difficult for you. The schedule is like packed to the nines. You got party after party after party, weekend after weekend after weekend, and it can be a lot, especially if you're the one like hosting the parties and stuff too, like having people come over for a social gathering, like don't even get me started. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. But the amount of stress that comes from like trying to plan the perfect thing, it's bar to none, okay? It is in a world of its own, the amount of stress that you get from having people come over to your house. The next common source of stress is going to be financial pressure. Obviously, this kind of goes along with the gift giving and even kind of like the social gathering aspect of it, because if you're going out, then you have to pay for your food, you have to pay for your drinks, then you have to pay for all these gifts at the end of the year, and it's like, it's so much anxiety like centered around your finances, making sure that you have enough money, not trying to go over budget, but trying to make sure that everybody gets something good. Like, ooh, it stressed me out just thinking about it. Next source of stress is going to be, you feel like you have less time but more responsibilities. So this includes like the cooking of all the Thanksgiving meals and Christmas dinners and little cookies, right? The cleaning, trying to make sure your house is set and ready for people to come. Family, like having your family come into town, people who you don't see very often, and now you feel like you have to spend more time with these people because they're not in town all the time. So now you feel like you have a responsibility to this person to spend X amount of time with them. Having to shop, having to work while in the midst of like all this holiday stuff going on. You feel like you have a lot less time, but 10 times the responsibility during the holiday season. And then the last final source of stress during the holidays is this pressure for perfection. Like you feel like everything always has to be perfect, especially like I said, if you have people coming over to your house. You don't want a candle out of place, okay? You want people to come into your house and think like you have it all together, you don't have any junk, you don't have a speck of dirt, when in reality everything is just thrown into your closet and you just made it look presentable for the time being, okay? Let's be real. But I think a lot of people, especially if you're having friends come over and like I said, you haven't seen them in a long time, like you just really want to put on this perfect persona, this facade that like you have everything together, you whip this together so effortlessly between your hair and your makeup to the food on the table, like it was easy peasy lemon squeezy, everything is so perfect, when really it took you so much time and energy to make sure that when people came in they thought that it was perfect, right? So those are 5 of the common sources of stresses during the holiday season and why you might be feeling a sense of heightened stress and anxiety. I also didn't add this in here, but maybe, you know, the holidays is a traumatic time for you. Maybe you lost someone close to you during the holiday season. Maybe you never really had a healthy family dynamic, so the holiday season is really not special to you at all and you get anxious every time it comes around. I feel like there are so many different personal scenarios that could allow for somebody to have this heightened stress and anxiety during the holiday season. Don't even get me started on seasonal depression. You know, it's getting darker sooner, it's colder outside. Like it's a lot that happens during this time. There's a lot of changes that are going on and a lot happening simultaneously, which obviously adds to the stress that we feel during the holiday season. But this episode is not to harp on the bad and focus on the stress and focus on the anxiety. I really want this episode to help you guys properly plan for the holiday season and make sure that you are not going to be this person that is running around like a chicken with their head cut off by the end of November. Honestly, I feel like by the time you guys are hearing this, it's already a little late in the game. Like I feel like I probably should have talked about this maybe at the beginning of October-ish, because I feel like that's really planning. But for me, the start of November, this is pre-planning to me, because as someone who notoriously waits until the middle of December to start thinking about this kind of stuff, this is me being proactive, okay? We're taking baby steps. So maybe this is you being proactive for you. Let's start with hosting, okay? If you know that you have family coming over and you're going to be hosting at least one get together at your house, you need to make sure that you have a checklist of just like every single tiny little detail that you might need, from the grocery list to the decoration list, to maybe you need to get some new candles or some new plugins, like all of the little stuff that you don't really think about until the last minute. I want you to start thinking about that right now because it's going to help you in the long run. Go on Pinterest, find some inspiration photos of like how you maybe want the table to be set up, the kind of decorations that you want to have around, the feel of your house. Like, I just feel like there's so many ways that you can kind of pull inspiration from, and then from your inspiration, make a list of every single thing that you need in order to carry out the vision that you have. The sooner you start planning, the more perfect that it will feel and the more effortless that it will actually be, because you can actually start planning and prepping and making sure that you have every single tiny thing that you might need days and weeks before anybody ever even shows up. So you're not running around trying to get last minute groceries or like you forgot something, you know, like just make sure that you have everything that you need in an ample amount of time in order to execute your hosting, your get together the way that you want it to be. Gift shopping. Let's talk about gift shopping, okay? I have seen a lot of people on TikTok who just like throughout the years, if somebody, not throughout the years, throughout the year, somebody that they are close to mention something to them, like, oh, maybe they say like, I really like this glassware, right? And they just put a note in their phone, or they take a mental note and they're like, okay, glassware, like she's really into glassware, maybe for Christmas I can get her a set of cutesy little glasses. And just listen to what your family and the people around you are like talking about, what they say that they want, because then you'll have a better idea of what to actually get them. So that'll kind of take away the stress of like the what to get them. But now you're going to have to deal with the stress of the financial issue. So you need to make sure that you're setting up a budget, right? Like you need to make sure that for the holiday season, you are not going to go over X amount of money per person or X amount of money as a whole. You really got to stick to that, because I know for me, it's really easy for me to, I don't know, maybe buy something early, a few weeks early, and then feel like, oh wait, I need to get them something else. But really, you don't need to get them anything else. Like what you get them is going to be enough. And if that's all that you can afford at the time, then that's okay. Just create a budget and make sure that you're sticking to it, so that by the time the holiday season is over, you're not stressed out about how much money you spent during the holiday season and trying to play catch up and, you know, trying to do all of these things in order to get your finances back in order because you couldn't help but get somebody something extra. They don't need the something extra, okay? I'm telling you, they don't. Something that kind of makes gift giving a little bit easier for me is, let's say I'm getting something for my aunts. All of my aunts, they getting the same damn thing, okay? You're not getting nothing special. I hate to say it like that, but I honestly just try and think about what's something that everybody could use. So like last year, I got all of my aunts a Stanley Cup. They use their Stanley Cups religiously. The year before, I got them all like a monogrammed sweatshirt with like their initials on it. They freaking loved it. Another year, I made them all just like a little spa kit, like something that they could use after a long day of work, maybe from dealing with the kids, wanting to get away from the husband, right? Like, I just always try to think, what is something that could be universally used by a lot of people? And that's what I give them. I give them like a little group gift. Like, everybody in this group is getting this. Everybody in this group is getting this. Everybody in this group is getting this. So that kind of helps takes away the anxiety of like what to get and the financial aspect of it all, because you know everybody's going to get the same thing. So you don't have to get Auntie Sue and Auntie Becky two different things. They can both just get the same thing. They're sisters, so they're used to getting the same thing. I promise you. Like, my mama used to get us all the same thing as kids, and it ain't changed since. So they're used to getting the same thing. It's okay, I'm telling you. But even like one year for my sisters, I got us all like matching necklaces. You could do something like that. Maybe like a matching bracelet. I'm gonna do a whole gift guide episode, so don't worry about that. I'm just throwing out small little nuggets here and there in case you want to get started right now. Okay, let's talk about planning for traveling, because a lot of people travel during the holiday season. And if you know that you're going to visit family out of town, maybe you're taking a road trip, I don't know what you're going to be doing. Maybe you're going on a vacation, right? Just make sure that you are planning like months in advance for a trip, you know, like you need to make sure, call people, bring, hello, we're going to be coming up for Christmas. What's a good timeline for y'all? because you probably don't want to, I mean, you might want to go there for actually Christmas, but Christmas time and traveling and trying to like book flights and be on the road, and oh my gosh, it is a freaking nightmare. Do not wait until the last minute to book a flight unless you want to be paying $10,000 for a seat on that plane. The sooner you book your travel, the less expensive it is, and the more time that you'll have again to prep and plan on all the things that you need to bring with you. Especially if you have a child in the mix, like you need to be planning last year. No, I'm kidding. But seriously, traveling with kids is a lot. We have literally only taken Ace. Well, we took Ace to Dallas and on a road trip. We've taken Ace a few places. And even just driving there gives me a lot of stress and anxiety. So I already know, I couldn't even imagine being on a plane and trying to make sure that you have everything you need for your baby, like the car seat, the stroller, the formula, the bottles, the toys. Like it would drive me crazy. So everybody who's coming on this trip with you, make a list in your notes app of like what every single person will need to bring. Okay, I know this is probably overkill, and I know that some people don't like having the responsibility of taking care of other people or making sure everybody else got what they need. Trust me, I get it. If Justin forgets something, that's on him. But I try my best before we travel to like double check everything. Be like, do you have your keys? Do you have your wallet? Do you have your phone charger? Do you have your headphones? You know, like, so anything that you think of that you might want for yourself, just make a separate list for somebody who else is traveling with you, and like check off everything and make sure that you have it all so that you're not stressed out on the plane like, damn, did I forget this? Did I pack this? I don't know. I can't remember. Like, it's all going to be checked off in your phone, so you won't have that stress and anxiety coming up by the time you land, and then you're having to run to freaking Walmart because you forgot something. I really don't think there's anything worse than getting to your hotel, unpacking, and realizing that you forgot something, and now you have to go to the store. Like, I don't know what it is about that, but it is just so annoying to me because now you're spending money that you didn't need to spend on something that you should have remembered to bring with you in the first place. So yes, that is kind of the planning and prep for like, if you're throwing a party, if you're traveling, if you're gift giving, like just try and make little note sections in your phone and like little to-do lists, because it really does help out in the long run. And also another thing I want to say before we move on, if you think about it, write it down. I cannot tell you how many times I said, oh, this would be such a great gift for so-and-so. I don't need to write it down. I'm going to remember. And then months later, I'm like, dang, what did I say that I was going to get her for? I'm telling you, if you think about it, just write it down. It takes 2 seconds to pull out your phone and type it in your notes app. Like, there are so many ideas that I've had that I've just forgotten because I swore that I was going to remember. I'm like, this is such a good idea. I'm never going to forget. And then I end up forgetting anyways. And it's just like so frustrating. So just write it down in the moment that you think about it so that you can always go back to revisit it and jog your memory. Okay, still talking about planning and prep. Another way to kind of like organize yourself and also other people is just to kind of delegate what everybody's responsibility is. Because I feel like if people know that they're responsible for this one specific thing, then they're going to do that one specific thing because it's the only thing that they're responsible for. If you're putting 10 things on one person, like telling them you got to make this, you got to bring this, you got to have this gift, it's just too much to remember. So if you're again like hosting a party and maybe you want somebody to bring the cake, you want somebody else to bring the cookies, you want somebody else to bring the potato salad, like I don't know what y'all be having at your little get-togethers, but you know what I'm saying. Make sure that you are delegating so that everybody has a task, everybody knows what they're doing, and everything is accounted for, basically. And then also just creating a holiday to-do list. Like, what are the things that need to get done this holiday season? And kind of break it up into different categories. So, like, maybe, obviously, you have, like, a family category. And you have spend time with Aunt Tracy. I don't know your aunt's name, okay? Spend time with Aunt Tracy. Or make sure you go to this event. Make sure you go to this dance recital. Like, whatever is in the family category, put that there. And then also put like maybe for cleaning, like what needs to be cleaned during this holiday season. Maybe you need to clean out your closet. Maybe you need to clean out the freaking cabinet that's underneath the sink. That's very specific because that is what I need to do. Maybe you need to vacuum all the floors. Maybe you need to clean out the top of an old closet that you forgot about. Maybe you need to clean out your car. Like, I don't, whatever needs to be clean, make a to-do list of like everything that needs to be clean to get ready for the holiday season. So, and check it off as you do it. And don't wait until the freaking night before people are coming over to do it, because now you're stressed out, you're running around, you burning all these calories and sweating in your house because you're trying to clean every damn thing under the sun that's in the house when you could have just did it over time. Over time, people, okay? That is the message for today. Do things over time. Don't wait until the last minute. But beyond that, obviously, I think it is very important to physically prepare for the holidays and mentally prepare for the holidays. So let's talk about physically really quick. And this is just like obviously girl stuff, like making sure your hair is done, making sure you have all of your makeup products that you need to do your holiday look, making sure your legs are shaved, your armpits are shaved, maybe you need your nails done, your toes done. Like physically getting ready for the holiday season. One, it's really fun. But also, I guess it can be kind of stressful because you feel like you have to do all these like beauty maintenance things, and really you don't. Like for me, obviously, I love to have my hair so pressed during the holiday season. I love to make sure I have a cute like Christmas outfit and Thanksgiving outfit and New Year's outfit. Like start planning all of that stuff soon so that you're not trying to find an outfit at the last minute. You're not trying to book an appointment at the last minute, because during the holiday, stuff fills up so fast. Stuff sells out so fast. Like it is just beyond me how intense and crazy the holiday season is. So if you want to prepare yourself for success physically, like make sure you're booking all the appointments that you need to book or buying all the stuff that you need in order to be your DIY girly at home, okay? We all can learn stuff from TikTok and Instagram, from doing your own lash extensions to waxing yourself to doing your own hair. Like you don't have to pay for all of this stuff to get done, but if you physically want to look good and be prepared for the holidays in that manner, then the prep starts now. Like thinking about how you want to look during the holiday season, your holiday looks, like what vibe you want to give off. It all starts now. And then obviously mentally preparing for the holiday season. Like I said, this can be a lot and a stressful time for different people for different reasons. So making sure that you are sane mentally is going to help you so much during this holiday season. Whether it's writing in your journal, whether it's meditating, spending time with God, praying, having some quiet time, like having some time for yourself to like mentally get your mind right for what is about to happen is going to help you deal and navigate with all the stresses a little bit easier, because I don't think that you can control I don't want to say I don't think you can control the stress. I don't think that you can control what other people are going to do, but you can absolutely control what you do and how you react to it. So maybe your mom is a little bit snappy during the holiday season. If you mentally prepare for that now and almost kind of make it an expectation for her to be a little bit snappy during the holiday season, then maybe you won't get so upset when it actually happens, because you already mentally prepared for this to happen. Like you already know in your mind, like, yeah, my mom is gonna be on one today. Like, let me just make sure I'm good and ready to go and like patient today, right? So whatever mentally preparing looks like for you, I think that it is extremely important and could be super, super helpful in making sure your holidays are as stress-free and peaceful as it can be. Now let's talk about self-care, because a lot of times the holiday season is about everybody else, making sure everybody else can eat, making sure everybody else get a gift, making sure everybody else is good. But we forget about ourselves so much during the holiday season because we're so concerned on making sure everyone else around us is okay. And I think that that is not good. It's just not good. And y'all know I preach self-care on this podcast a lot because it truly is so important for several different aspects of our lives. And I think that if you kind of focus on yourself and making sure you're good, then everything else will just come naturally and easier. I also feel like a lot of times during the holiday season, we kind of let ourselves go as girls, you know what I'm saying? Like seasonal depression comes and it hits us, and sometimes it comes in waves, sometimes it comes all at once, but I feel like At any given time during the holiday season, there's a girl out there somewhere who is neglecting herself. She's not shaving her legs. She's not getting her toes done. She's not, maybe doing her hair every single day. Like, and I know all of that sounds silly and kind of like vain in a way, but it's really not. And it really is so important, and it really does transform the way that you feel about yourself. So I want all of us girls right now to make a pact with each other that we are not going to let ourselves go this holiday season. That means you're going to be shaving your legs, whether somebody is going to see them or not. You see them and you feel them every single day. Just because you're wearing sweatpants and covering up does not mean that you need to be a hairy monster on your legs. I'm sorry. Like, I don't want this to come off harsh, but I'm just saying, like, when you take care of yourself, you are a much better version of you. I feel my worst when I know I haven't shaved my legs in 2 weeks. My hair is oiled up and tangled in 10,000 knots. I haven't shaved my armpits. My toes look ridiculous. I haven't gotten my nails done. I haven't done my makeup in days. Like, I literally feel my worst when I stop taking care of myself. And because of that, it kind of just like feeds off of each other. You feel like, well, since I already feel like this, it doesn't matter. Like, I don't need to do any of this stuff. I just need to like be sad and be depressed and be upset and keep looking like a werewolf until I come out of this funk. But the only way that you get out of the funk is if you physically like get yourself back together. So that's what I'm saying. Like, we're going to shave our legs, number one. We are going to shave our legs this holiday and winter season. We're going to shave our armpits, okay? Just because we're wearing thick, chunky sweaters and long sleeve t-shirts, body odor still happening, okay? If you're a girly who likes to shave her armpits and you know that you feel better with your armpits shaved, shave them. We're going to keep our toes done. Yes, we're wearing chunky socks and boots and Uggs and nobody is seeing our feet but me and maybe your man. However, it makes us feel better when our toes are done. Also, our nails. We're going to get our nails done. We're going to make sure that we're washing our hair every single week. Maybe even doing a hair mask every single week. Like, whatever that looks like to you, to physically take care of yourself, to participate in self-care, I want you to do it. That is what I'm trying to get at here. I want you to participate in whatever self-care looks like for you. For me, it means taking care of my body, taking care of my appearance, making sure that like I look good and I feel good from the inside and out. Oh, another thing we're gonna be doing this holiday season, we're gonna be exercising, all right? I know that there's a lot of good food happening during the holiday season. Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, the ham, the desserts, the bread, okay? I get it, but we're still gonna keep our body moving. It does not have to be a hardcore 2-hour workout in the gym sweating your butt off, but maybe it's a walk. I mean, it's a little bit chilly, but some girls like to walk in the cold. Maybe you put on a YouTube video of like Pilates and do a 30-minute Pilates video. Whatever that looks like for you, I want us to continue to move our bodies during the holiday season. Because once the holidays are over and spring is coming out and the sun starts shining and we look down and we can't see our vagina. I'm sorry, that was a little bit TMI. But I'm serious. Like, when we look in the mirror and we see like all the weight, quote unquote weight that we put on during the holiday season because we just ate so much and we indulged and like we sat on the couch and stuff like that, like that is also going to mess with your mental and make you have stress and anxiety for the summertime. So in order to kind of counteract that, let's just continue moving our bodies during the holiday season so that we don't have to get to spring and summer and be like, dang, what did I do? And I'm specifically saying this for me because I am a firm believer that like the holidays are for relaxation, they are for peace, they are for family, they are for gathering with the ones that you love. But also at the same time, that does not mean that we get to be lazy. And I have fallen victim to being lazy for a lot of fall and winter months because I feel like, oh, I work so hard in the beginning of the year, like I deserve to take a break. Like, no, girl, you don't. Like, we still have a routine. We still have our daily goals that we're trying to hit. We still have like this ideal life that we want to have, and it doesn't come by being lazy. So we cannot be lazy during the holiday season. Like, yes, it's a time to relax and to what's the word I'm looking for? Reflect is what I'm looking for. It's a time to relax and to reflect and to spend time with family, but relaxing and being lazy are not the same thing. Like, they don't exist in the same world. They're on their own little streamlined whatever. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. They're their own thing. Obviously, you can have off days. You can have days where you literally just do nothing. You have days that are just for yourself, where like you just lock yourself in your room, whatever the case may be. But I think like continuing on with your daily routines and making sure that you continue to do the things that you know are important to you are going to be so beneficial to you in the long run. Oh my gosh, I feel like I said so much. I just talked about like 10 different things in 5 minutes. Anyways, I hope y'all get what I'm trying to say. I'm not coming for y'all. I'm really coming for me because I am that girl that like, I was that girl that was not shaving my legs. I was that girl that was not, taking care of myself and coming up with excuses like, oh, it's the holidays. Like, I don't need to do all of this. Like, whatever. And then I start feeling so bad about myself and I'm so depressed and I'm so down. And I'm like, why is this? And it's because I've literally been living in my own filth for the past 2 months and it's just ridiculous. So you don't have to do that. We don't have to live like that. Okay, next thing we're going to talk about is navigating family and social dynamics because like I said, the holidays, they're all about family. They're all about social outings. They're all about gathering together with people and it can be a lot. Maybe there's somebody in your family that you just don't get along with. Y'all not rocking with each other. Could be a cousin, could be an uncle, auntie, whoever. Maybe somebody did something traumatic to you as a child. Maybe your family, when they get together, all they do is argue. Like, I don't know what your family dynamic looks like for you, but I understand that navigating that can be a lot and it can be very stressful, especially if you are the person that like holds your family together and is the mediator and tries to get everybody to get along. Like, oh, I feel sorry for those people. I really, if that is you, like my heart goes out to you because that is not what someone's job should be. Like when family comes together, it should be about being happy and being loving and being together. But I also know that we do not live in a perfect world and some families just, they can't get along and they don't get along and there's so much just like family history that like you just cannot run away from. And I feel for you and I'm sorry. But again, I think like preparing yourself mentally and just like understanding that this is just an expectation that you have to have will probably make it a lot easier on you when it does happen because nobody's letting you down. They're doing exactly what you expected them to do. And I hate to say that, but it's just so true. But maybe, you set some healthy boundaries with people in your family. Maybe you tell them like, look, don't ask me about when I'm getting married. Number one, don't ask me about when you're getting a grandchild. Don't ask me about why I changed my major again. Don't ask me about when I'm moving out of my parents' house. Like, maybe just set some boundaries because, family can be ruthless. Like, the people closest to you are the ones that hurt you the most because they know you the best. And if you have someone in your family who is constantly, like, asking questions to get a rise out of you, like that can be very frustrating. So maybe just try and set some boundaries with this person. Be like, look, I really hate when you ask me about X, Y, and Z. I really hate when you bring up the subject of this. Like, can we just not this year? You never know what could happen when you actually communicate with somebody and like sit down with them and tell them how you genuinely feel. Because I feel like if it's your family and if it's somebody that cares about you genuinely, truly, like they wouldn't want to hurt you. And a lot of times when our family members ask us this question, they don't really mean harm and they're not really trying to upset us, but maybe they just don't know that it upsets us. So maybe your job this year is to communicate with someone in your family who gets under your skin every single year and just reach out and be like, hey, I know you're coming over for the holidays this year. Can you please leave this out of it? Like, let's not talk about this. And I would like to hope and believe that they would be understanding and abide by your wishes and respect your boundaries. Since we're talking about navigating family, I also want to reiterate again how I know that sometimes the holidays can be a very sad and depressing and lonely time for people for several different reasons. Like maybe you're dealing with loneliness or you're dealing with grief or you're dealing with trauma that is centered around the holidays, and every time the holidays comes up, you revisit that sad place. And I just want you to know that like my heart is with you. I feel you. I am empathetic towards you and I understand. But I want you to be able to make the holidays happy again because that is what this time of year is about. It's about being with family. It's about loving. It's about giving. It's about being thankful. It's about having gratitude. Like, focus on the things that you do have, the things that make you happy, the people who are here now, and be present with them. You owe that to yourself. I feel like a lot of times when somebody passes away, or you're dealing with grief, or you're dealing with trauma, you feel like you don't deserve happiness because the person that you miss, or the person who passed away, or the person who hurt you, doesn't get to have happiness. And I think that it needs to be the opposite. Like, you deserve to have happiness because those things happen to you. You deserve to have happiness. And because, like, those people love you and care about you, even though they're gone now and they're not able to physically be here and spend the time and holidays with you, I'm sure they would want you to be happy and to enjoy life as it continues to go on, because life is going to continue to go on. Even if you're sad and depressed in your room while everybody else is downstairs laughing, talking, watching movies, eating together, like, life is still going on, and you don't just want it to pass you by because you're so engulfed in your grief and your loneliness and your despair that you just miss it. Like, I don't want anybody to ever miss the time that they have with the people that they love and care about on this earth, because I know and understand how short life is and how short it can feel. But that's why you have to embrace every single minute of it, because life can change in an instant. Things happen so fast, and I don't want you to look up one day and you realize that, like, all the other people that you cared about on this earth are now gone, or passed away, or moved, or whatever the case may be. Like, you owe it to yourself to enjoy this time with the people that are here with you right now in this moment. You need to be kind to yourself. You need to be gentle with yourself. Allow yourself to grieve, but also allow yourself to be happy. Two things can coexist at one time. You can be sad about losing someone and still happy about the life that you have left to live, okay? I know that the holidays can be different when your dad is gone, or your mom isn't here, or your dog died, or like whatever the case may be. It could be a big spectrum of things. But I just want you guys to think about how much life you could be missing out on because you're so tied up with your grief and your emotions that just, like, you're missing out on all the other fun parts of life. I love y'all so much. I love you. I don't want this to come off rude at all. Like, I completely understand, and I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from and, like, hear my heart as I'm talking to you guys. I'm literally getting choked up just, like, thinking about somebody going through the holiday season just without someone that they truly love and care about. Like, I could not even imagine. I want you to know that I feel you and I'm here for you and I love you. But, like, life goes on. I don't know why I'm crying. I just want you guys to know that, like, life goes on and it's okay. Like, they want you to be happy. They want you to have a fun time and, like, live your life to the fullest, okay? I'm telling you. I love you. Okay, we're gonna move on because I do not want to cry. All right, I guess to, like, end this episode off, I want you guys to remember that, like, the holidays are as simple as we make it. Like, the holidays really are a simple time. Like I said, and I keep saying this, it's about family. It's about love. It's about giving. It's about thankfulness. It's not about the perfect spread on Christmas Day. It's not about the perfect turkey during Thanksgiving. It's not about the most expensive gift. It is truly about gathering and spending time with one another and just enjoying each other's company, because this is the one time of the year that everybody is able to get together and be together, and it's such a special time. So I want you guys to just, like, kind of simplify everything that I've talked about. Like, obviously, I stand on what I said, but also at the same time, I want you guys to know that it's actually very simple, and you do not have to stress yourself out over the things that, like, don't matter. Nobody is going to remember the freaking scent that you had in your Pura while they were over, right? Like, it's just like those little things that we so deeply care about and want to make a good impression on other people. They really don't care. They're just happy to see you. They're just happy to be there and, like, spend time with you. And that's really all that matters. So I know that, like, you have these super special holiday traditions and you want them to be perfect every single year and it has to be the same every single year. But, like, it's enough. Like, however it gets done that year, it's enough. Like, if you say y'all go on a trip to Colorado every winter and you have to make sure you ski down this certain mountain and you don't do it one year, like, I promise it's okay. The trip to Colorado is enough, I'm telling you. So I understand, like, we put so much weight behind all of these family traditions and celebrations and trying to make sure everything is as perfect as it can be and go as smoothly as it can. But at the end of the day, everything really is so simple. We have to really focus on, like, what truly matters during this time, and we all know what that is. It's being together, it's family. It's literally, I've been repeating myself for the past 20 minutes probably, and you guys are like, Mariah, talk about something else, but I'm just saying. I'm ending this episode anyways, but I just kind of wanted to leave you guys with the idea that the holidays really are as simple as you make it, and it doesn't have to be a big thing. It really doesn't. If you really think about why we do what we do, the heart of it is family. The heart of it is because we want to show people a good time. The heart of it is because we want people to feel special and loved. And if you can definitely accomplish that without the best of the best gift and the best of the best food and the best of the best house. Like, you can accomplish that literally in a freaking trailer park with zero electricity, and y'all are just there together. Like, it's good and happy because y'all are there together. So I understand, and I know that the holiday season can be an extremely stressful time for people, but if we can just focus on simplifying and remember the reason for the season and the heart of, like, why we do what we do, then I think that in itself will take away all of the stress that we feel. But obviously everything else that I talked about, like the planning, the mentally, physically, like the self-care, like all of that plays into it as well. Because like I said, only you can control what you can do. You can only control what you can do. You can't control what anybody else is going to do, how anybody else is going to react, or how anybody else is going to feel. So if you can just, like, focus on yourself first, and then, like, planning to make sure that you have everything you need for everyone else, then, like, all the other stuff doesn't matter. The big outbursts, the family fights, the freaking candle falling over at the dinner table, I don't know, y'all, I'm just talking at this point, but it doesn't matter, right? Because you took care of yourself, you took care of your part and did what you had to do in order to, like, make sure the holiday season ran as smoothly as it could for you. Everything else are just external factors that you have no control over. Anyways, I hope this episode was helpful, kind of got you thinking about how you can prepare yourself for the holiday season, and, you know, just kind of giving you a reminder of, like, the reason for the season, you know? I don't know what I'm doing if you guys are watching on YouTube. I just always be doing weird and random stuff. Also, side note, like, hello to my YouTube family. I've been gone for like 3 weeks and I'm so sorry. I've just been having some technical difficulties, but we're back now on the YouTube. Anyways, I love you guys so much. I hope that this episode, again, has helped you kind of think about how you're going to navigate your stress this year. Maybe start thinking about what you're going to get people, thinking about, like, how you're going to plan and prepare for the holidays, right? Like, all the good stuff, all the fun stuff. Yeah, I'm just repeating myself at this point. Okay, your girl is going to go. I'm actually very hungry, so I'm going to go and eat some lunch, but I love you guys so much. I hope you have the best Monday, the best week, and I will talk to you guys in my next episode. Bye!